93.3 WMMR, everything that rocks, and here we are backstage at the barbecue. Matt Cord along with Marcus, and with us now. We figured since it's like a big Phillies-Red Sox weekend, and the Sixers played the Celtics on Wednesday and Friday, it's only fitting to have a Boston guy to come in and talk about everything.
And torture. Yeah, I'm brutally honest when it comes to sports, man. I'm just not a big fan of Philly fans.
We reached out to you to see if you guys wanted to come to the Phillies game today.
Yeah, that wouldn't happen. Last time I even went near a Phillies crowd, it was me and my drummer at the Super Bowl with the Pats and the Eagles, and it was awful. Oh, my God.
Did you get harassed by
bad.
Philly fans?
Oh, my God. They touch you. They grab you. They're like, kid, this ain't basketball today. We're playing football. They grab me. I'm like, dude, just don't touch me.
Well, I always tell it's a great story. Dickie Barrett says hi, by the way.
Oh, cool, man. Tell him I said what's up.
I got Dickie once tickets to the Sixers-Celtic game, and he wore this green Celtic, like a suit coat. This dude comes up and he's like, Celtics. And Dickie goes, I thought on my feet, and I said, go Eagles. And the kid shut right up.
Yeah. Where's he at now?
He's out in L.A. He's the house announcer for the Jimmy Kimmel Show.
Oh, right on, man.
But the Bosstones still do stuff off and on. I mean,
Dickie's a cool guy.
Do you guys have a history with that band? I know you're kind of different sounds.
Yeah, no, they were a little bit before us. Mm-hmm. They were doing that. They were peaking before we were even invented. So, but they've represented Boston really well over the years, man. I'm a fan.
Yeah, and he's funny on the Kimmel Show too, because it's that Boston.
Yeah.
Scratchy voice. The Jimmy Kimmel Show.
Oh, yeah.
On tonight's show.
It sounds like he smoked 2 packs of cigars.
Hey, congrats on the new record, Live and Inspired.
Thank you.
And we're playing the hell out of Rocky Mountain Way.
Oh, good. Thanks.
Yeah. What was your thinking behind that? What songs we're going to cover? Were you obviously a huge Joe Walsh fan?
I've loved Joe Walsh. I mean, Pink Floyd, still to this day. Dark Side of the Moon's my favorite album of all time.
Because you do Time from that.
Yeah. And we were, it actually started back on when we were doing the Oracle record. We had that version of Come Together we were messing around with, and we really liked it a lot. And then we kind of just shelved it because we had nowhere to put it. And then when we had the opportunity to do this live record, and it all became about the fans and giving back to the fans and including them in the album, we actually let the fans pick the songs. For everything from A to Z, this was all built and kind of inspired by the fans. So along with that, we thought a cool bonus thing would have been just let's include some of our favorite tracks that we know we can cover well that has inspired us along the way to show them we're just as much fans as they are.
Which is the hardest one to cover?
None of them were really hard to cover. It was just tricky to figure out how to put our own little stamp on it. Except for Pink Floyd, we decided to stay really true to that version. It's like 99% true to the original. But the guys came in actually with an arrangement for Rocky Mountain Way, and I really liked it. I didn't have to even touch the arrangement of it. I just kind of threw my vocals on it. So Nothing Else Matters was probably the trickiest one for me because I decided that you can't dwarf Metallica, right? So there's no sense of trying to do it bigger and heavier. So what we did is I was sitting at the piano and noodling around, and I just realized when I started playing the chords, it was really emotional piece of music. He wrote a beautiful, I don't know if it's him or Kurt that wrote it. I'm assuming it's James Hetfield, but the music is so well built and so well thought out that when you play it on the piano, it just has a very, very strong emotion to it. So we went the other route, and we just decided to do a more orchestrated version.
Which one will we hear tonight?
I don't know if you'll hear any of them tonight.
Come on.
I hear we only have like an hour, so let's see how far we can get into the set.
Now,
Ish.
An hour,
75 minutes, something like that.
It's got to be different, right, when you do a big festival show like this?
yeah.
Well, when you start to get in your fifth, sixth record, things like that, it's tougher because you can't even fit all the singles in, let alone do some of the deeper cuts in your life, you know?
Yeah.
So it is what it is, man.
Now, with the new live and Inspired and the 4 covers that you did, were there any other covers you were looking at or messing around with? And if so, what were some of the other covers? Because obviously you guys are big music people, and a lot of music has inspired the band over the years.
Yeah, there was a lot of talk about what covers we do and that kind of thing. And like Shannon brought up he wanted to cover some Ramones stuff. And there was a lot of different, the Sex Pistols came up at one point, who I'm a huge fan of. But we knew we were only going to do 3 or 4 of them because you can't really do more than that. Once you start to get into 6, 7, you're doing a whole record, and that's a lot of work. And
Got a whole new,
if we're going to do that,
band.
Yeah, of course. And then,
Godsmack.
But we actually
covers.
finished. There was 5 tracks originally on this EP, and we just decided to keep one of them on the side for a movie soundtrack or whatever. But we did a really cool electronic dark version of "In the Air Tonight" by Phil Collins.
Oh, wow.
Wow.
Yeah, so
that's a left turn.
Yeah, it was a really left turn. To the point where our record label even got freaked out. They go, "This is weird."
You have to get the hip hop crowd.
But it came
crowd
out
liking
great,
it in.
man. We'll release it for something, maybe a movie soundtrack
Yeah.
or something like that. I don't
Hey,
know.
you have a few days off after today, right?
Yes.
What is that feeling like?
Oh my God, that breath says it all. I'm just so excited to go home. So excited. Yeah, it's been a good run, but I'm tired and I'd like a little bit of a break because then we have Europe to do, and then we have about a few weeks off after that, and then we do the States again for 6 weeks during the Uproar tour.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's been great, man. Us and Hailstorm and Stained. What an awesome tour it's been. All the bands got along great. Lizzie is a super rock star. Love her to death, man. I'm a new fan of her now. And the guys in Stained are just, they're our Massachusetts brothers, man.
Yeah.
And we haven't seen them or toured with them in 10 years, so it was really great to get back together again.
When you say going back home, where in Boston or outside?
I live 30 minutes north of Boston, right over the New Hampshire line.
Okay.
Yeah.
Nice.
I'm in the woods.
Quiet, serene kind of place.
Are you a
Yeah.
farmer?
I'm not. No, I'm not like Aaron. He's a country boy.
Hey,
I'm a city boy.
Will, and by the way, it's Sully from Godsmack. You had a pretty successful solo record, which was
Thank
a
you.
real departure from like the Godsmack sound.
Very much so.
Were you apprehensive doing that at first, and were you like really like leery about what people were saying about it in the beginning?
No, because I decided that record was something that I could care less about what people thought of it or the critique, because I didn't do it for anybody but myself. I wasn't even sure if I was going to release it. It's something I'd worked on for years and just kind of put together little by little. And I really just wanted to kind of get, people I think that know Godsmack and know how I've written over the years know about the songs like Voodoo and Serenity and those kind of things. And so they know I have that tribal kind of side to me as well, as the heavier stuff. And I wanted to take that and kind of go deeper into the rabbit hole with it and do more of like a world music or more compositions. I spend a lot of time at home with my daughter just playing the piano and messing around like that. So a lot of times some really beautiful music comes up, but it's not quite right for Godsmack. It can never really be a Godsmack, even acoustically. So I just decided, I pulled all these members together and I found some amazing musicians. I mean, Niall Gregory, the percussionist, he's from Dead Can Dance from Ireland, the band Dead Can Dance.
Sure.
My cello player's from Bulgaria. I have blues people in the band, Lisa Geyer. I mean, there's a classically trained pianist. I mean, they're from everywhere.
Oh wow!
Yeah.
Now, when you when you record a solo album like the one you did, and you listen to it back as a finished album for the first time, what do you as the creator hear when you listen back to that album?
Well, I got to tell you, and I honestly can say that over the years, I've learned to detach myself from my music because I've gotten so much more into the writing and producing side of things, where before every song I wrote I thought was awesome because I wrote it and I was personally attached to it. Now, if I don't like it, no one even hears it. The band doesn't even hear it because it goes in the trash before I even present it to anybody. So the stuff that I really release is the stuff that I'm the most proud of. And I got to tell you, this record for me has been such a great experience. It was such a beautiful body of work, and the musicians that I worked with were amazing. And I'm so proud of this record, like more than anything I've ever written. I really, really deeply love this record.
Would you ever do another one?
Oh yeah, I'm working on
you're
one right
already-
now.
okay, good.
Yeah, I don't know if it's going to sound like that, because I think what worked for me on this album was that when people heard Sully was doing a solo record, they expected it to be like a Sully on a rock record.
Yeah.
But I would never do that because I have a great band to write rock music with.
yeah.
So I decided to take a left-hand turn, and when people heard it, they were like, "Wow, this is so different." And so now that they're expecting me to do that, I think I might go left again and do something even more stripped down,
You have to. You got to keep people on their toes.
Yeah.
And it's got to be nice for you to be able to change it up and do something a little different, yet you still love what you're doing.
I really do, and that's a whole other side of me that I enjoy just as much as I enjoy Godsmack. So for me, it's about balance. I need Godsmack to want to do that, and I need that to want to do Godsmack. So,
And another memoirs book?
yeah, I only have one life, man. I don't know how the rest of this life ends yet.
Didn't that like ship like a million copies?
I
or something?
gave you no. Are you kidding me?
I
Like
read-
15,000 maybe.
All right. Well,
Million.
shipping and selling.
You
are two
think I'm
different
Oprah? I get, it was from 0 to 30, man,
Right.
and now I'm living 30 to whenever.
You gotta
and
wait a bit.
I don't know how that ends yet.
things. Right. Hey, dude, thank you for stopping by.
Oh, it's my
Thank
pleasure,
you for being
man.
part of this great concert we have here
Thanks
today.
for your support, man. Thanks for playing our
And-
music and still caring about Godsmack.
And no good luck to the Celtics or the Red Sox.
Oh, boo.
Yeah, we
I
got
love
to
my
root for our
Celtics.
Sixers.
I love my
and our
Celtics more than
Phillies.
my Red Sox. I'll tell you that much. I'm a
Okay.
bigger basketball fan than a baseball fan.
Well, look, tomorrow night you'll be at home in your little house in New Hampshire, and you'll be able to watch the Celtics. and
It's
the
been a
Sixers.
good series, though,
Yeah,
right?
It's been
Oh,
a
yeah.
great series.
I
yeah.
predicted we were going to take it 4-2, so you get your 2 games. Let's see if I'm right.
I called it the other way. I called it the other way around.
Yeah?
4-2
Give it up.
Sixers.
Oh, man.
Sully from
Sully!
Godsmack, everybody. 93.3 WMMR Backstage at the barbecue.
Thanks,
Thank you,
man.
bro. Thank you.